Right, yes, welcome back to another review. Here we have a brand new glass pad. This is the Rain Night from Kirisame Gear. I really hope I pronounced that right, but this is a new speed glass pad, so let's get into this review. Let's first talk about some initial things. So the size of this pad is 490 by 420. You're getting a smooth speed glass surface. I would say roughly entry level speed, but we'll get into more of the details later. It's a low friction pad with good overall quality. So let's talk a bit more about the unboxing experience here. So this is the box it comes with. As you can see, it has the design of the pad itself on it, the artwork, flat packed, very nice. It also comes with some extra goodies. It comes with a lot of skates here, and it also comes with its own cleaning cloth, which is lovely, and I always appreciate that. So I will also be putting up some images of the base. The base is very good. I love the design of it. It's pink design with their logo and it looks very nice. Honestly, if the pad itself was just the base design, I would love it even more. It's so good. And as you can see here, the base is pretty effective. It only moves if I'm really putting a lot of effort into moving it. But during gameplay, this is not going to be moving around on my desk. If I put force into it, I can get it to budge. So the pad uses some curved, smoother edges. You can see here. They are small and they are curved. I would say it's a bit on the harsher end of curved edges. You can see here I'm running my hand along the sides. They are rather straight here, but it is still comfortable on the bare arm. I don't have any issues with it. So now let's talk a bit about the surface properties and how the pad feels. So it's a rather smooth surface. It is what I describe as floaty. It's like an air hockey type style surface. So you're less control of the mouse overall. You can see here it's floating around, sort of gliding around in my hand. If I push it, you can see what I mean when I describe as floaty. There's not a lot of texture here, there's not a lot to stop the mouse. So this is a good speed, but there's still some slight control here for some newer players. So you're not getting the insane top speeds of a glass speed pad, but you are getting some entry level speed, which is very nice to use. A very low friction, but there's still something there. There's still a bit there that when you click, you can still stop. And as I said, this is good for the newer players, someone looking for a speed glass pad but doesn't want to go crazy and have something they cannot control yet. So what is this good for? This is very good for tracking players. If you're someone that plays like Apex or the finals or some like tracking heavy games here, this is going to be good for you. Kovacs wise, smoothness players, control tracking players, reactive players, this is going to be very, very nice for you. As I said, very smooth, very fast. So you can get some very nice longer strafe movements using your arm on this pad and it feels incredible. But what I also like about it is you can stop and start using more of your wrist for smaller, more controlled reactive movements, which also helps really nicely. But what is not as good for is some sort of like static and clicking scenarios. If you're a attack FPS player, if you play like Valorant or CS2, this is not going to be the best option for you. Of course, you can still use it, but I wouldn't be using this to push myself and get the best scores I can. I can flick very fastly. Of course, it's a very fast surface, that's no problem. But due to like the floatiness of the surface and just how much it glides after it stops, I would not feel confident in myself to flick and stop constantly and consistently is the main word here. I wouldn't be consistent enough to push myself with this score. Like, yes, there's stopping power, I can feel a stop, but it's this area here where I don't feel I could do this for my whole run. If I'm pushing myself for celestial scores or something on static, I would rather use something just that bit more controlled with a bit more power in it. But micros are great with this pad, you can see here, very nice, very seamless. So to round it up, very good for tracking, very good for tracking heavy games, not as good for static and some TAC FPS games, but still overall a good pad. So this really is good for someone that is looking for an entry level speed glass pad. I would recommend this. Some people are put off by the floatiness and the air hockey type style, but if you haven't tried it before, I do recommend see if you like it or not. Personally, I prefer some texture in my glass pads. I really like the frosted feeling speed glass pads, but this is still usable and it's still nice. I really enjoyed myself playing smoothness with this pad. Playing smoothness scenarios like centering snake track smooth bot was very nice, and I had a great experience using this pad with that. So let's talk a bit about the design. It's probably jumping out to you. It's probably the first thing you look at, and what everyone sees with this pad is the design. Now, this is not going to be for everyone. Immediately, I'm saying that. So overall, I was really happy testing and playing with this pad. I think it's a great option on the market. I've said before where I think it stands, and I do think you should try it out if it looks interesting to you. I would recommend it. So thank you for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed.